Hey everybody, Tamara Tamu here again with the collective where dreams have no filter. So, coming to you again, this is another, episode of the Car Chronicles segment. So, I needed to come through today to drop another message on you. And so, there are several things that I want to mention, and I am going to do my best to bring them together so that they make sense. What I want to do, so first of all, if you've been watching me for a while, you know we talk about vision, accepting the vision, embracing it, being that higher version of yourself, thinking it, being it, living in it, speaking in it, spending your time as if. Okay, because remember, our vision is already complete. It is already complete. Our soul's purpose is already complete, has already been fulfilled. We have just come here to experience life as humans. We came here to experience the journey to get from here to here to here to here to here. It's ongoing. It's an ongoing expansion, okay? So, with that being said, a lot of us are not and have not embraced that higher vision for ourselves and what we really want our lives to look like, because we are trying to save the world. I'm going to say that one more time. We have not embraced what we truly want and how we truly desire our lives to look like and how we want to feel in our lives, because we are too busy trying to save the world. So what do I mean by that? Anytime I come here with a topic, with a realization, with a message, it's something that I have experienced already, or I am experiencing. So when I use myself as an example, that's why. So in this case, I'm going to use myself as an example. One of the reasons that it was difficult for me to embrace the way that I really wanted to live my life and really being honest about what I wanted to experience, the way I wanted to feel, how I wanted to generate income, how I wanted to build wealth, was because I kept saying to myself, well, I don't see how this thing or these things are going to help the world. I don't see how this thing or these things are going to help a starving kid. I don't see how this purpose that I see for myself is going to change lives. So what did I do? I cut myself off and I started doing other things that seemed to be more connected to saving the world. So to break it down even more, initially, instead of me just saying and being honest with the fact that I wanted to have an apparel line, that I wanted to be in the beauty industry, and I wanted to exist fully in my artistry, in my creativity, I couldn't see how that could change the world and have a positive impact on the world. So what did I do? I chose medicine. I took this crazy winding. One day I will talk about that. I'll dedicate an entire video to talk about that whole thing. It was a complete tsunami. But I chose medicine because I thought, okay, medicine, this seems like this will change the world, versus me existing and just my artistry and my creativity and creating things and creating clothes and creating other products and on down the line. Until I hit, well, actually, I kept hitting a brick wall after brick wall after brick wall, till finally I said, you know what? I give up. I'm going to accept this is what I want. Okay, I'm going to accept the vision that I have. And getting back to what I said earlier, some of us are doing that. Some of us have convinced ourselves that what we want, I don't know if it has to do with not being good enough to change the world, but see, here's the thing. Here's what we forget. When you tell yourself that, here's what you're forgetting. When you are happy and fulfilled in your life, when your economy is bright, when you feel free in your economy, when you feel free with your money, when you don't get nervous when you sign on to your online banking account, when you have freedom of time, when you are existing in euphoria and you're having fun and you are existing as you, as your being, and existing in that being and yet still being excited on what's to come, that right there, being in that energy, is changing more people than you realize. Why? Why? Because you are sending out a vibration. You're sending out an energy that is positive. You're sending out an energy that is fulfilled. You're sending out an energy of happiness. You're sending out an energy of joy. How can it not change the world in a positive way? How could you not put your imprint and your footprint in the world to say that I was here? My vibe was here. My positive vibe was here. All because I embraced the vision that I wanted for my life. And see, here's the thing. I'll use another example. If you do have, so, you've got this vision, right? For a certain type of, we'll just say business, because, business is an easy example. I always use that. And let's say that at the same time, you have a desire or a passion to help homeless children. And let's say perhaps your business, maybe you have an idea or you want to create natural face masks. And you're thinking, okay, well, how does this connect to homeless children? That's not your job to make the connection. Because when you put your energy on developing that natural face mask that you want, do you not know that your energy will bring in the resources, will bring in the infinite amount of money in all forms, so that then not only have you developed this wonderful facial mask business, but now you have the freedom of time, the freedom of resources, the freedom to go and, if you choose to partner with other people that can help you feed homeless children. Also, what can happen is when we convince ourselves that, because we can't see how, we going to make the connection between our business and, changing the world and affecting, having a positive effect on social issues. We then say, well, I'm just not going to do anything, and I'm just going to sit back and just watch the news and feel sorry for the social issues. Well, guess what? You feeling sorry for the homeless child, or you feeling sorry and feeling angry about these social issues is not changing anything either. Also, you just focusing on it and yet still trying to figure out, well, I don't know what I want and how it's going to connect and how it's going to change that social issue. That's not changing anything either. The social issue is still there. The social issue is still there. Also, another point that I want to make is this. When you just focus on your vision, sometimes you will have to shut off your senses to your environment. And I said sometimes, a lot of the times, most of the time. It doesn't mean that you're turning a blind eye to what's around you. But sometimes, a lot of the times, when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to using your voice to affirm what you know is already a done deal, you have to shut off your senses to your environment. Because we have to shut out our ego and our intellect, because the ego and the intellect will tell you, well, you haven't watched the news in months or weeks or days or whatever. You've just been focusing on yourself and focusing on your vision. That's selfish. No, it is not. No, actually, I will say it is selfish in a positive way. It is selfish. Who says, and that's another episode, a video by itself, selfish being in this negative light. You have to remember that when you are putting your energy towards your vision, that is your soul. You are investing time in allowing your soul to be expressed. It is not your job to try and figure out how your soul being expressed, how you embrace this vision, how that connects with whatever social issue that bothers you. Because really, and I'll say all that to say this too, if there is a social issue that does particularly bother you or get underneath your skin, perhaps that is the universe, source, God saying, hey, this is something that you do want to pay attention to, because this is a part of your purpose. But that's something that you have to explore on your own. Only you know that. That exploration comes through meditation. It comes through just simply asking, is this something that I need to explore? Simple question. Just ask it. You'll be surprised what comes up. And also, I wanted to make one last point, and I just forgot it. This is what happens when I do videos in the car. Another thing I wanted to say too, when you are focusing your energy on your vision, there will be some things that you have to do or not do that are not going to make sense to other people. So since I brought up, social issues, perhaps as an example, I mentioned the news. I personally, I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. And, for some people, you know, the first thing is, well, why don't you watch the news? Don't you want to know what's going on? Let me tell you something. I just to go into the store, or if I am doing research on, something that I'm working on, Google, there's no way I can avoid the news. Okay, the news is there. Also, it's not about being informed. First of all, I can be informed without being inundated. Because knowing certain things, it can affect your mood. Think about this. Think about a time when you were feeling energized, you had energy, you were happy, you were just, you just had a smile on your face for whatever reason, or just the fact that you were just existing, that put a smile on your face. And you turned on the news, or you read something, and all of a sudden you notice 5 minutes later, you're not feeling the same. You were fine until you knew whatever it was that you knew after watching the news. And that's whatever situation was happening didn't change because you watched it. 5 minutes later, it was still happening. So there are certain things that you're going to have to do or separate yourself from it's not going to make sense to other people. But that is, again, another thing that is not your problem. It is not your concern. So I said all that to say this. When you step into just you being and being fully expressed, that right there is already changing the world in a positive way. It's already having a positive impact because we are all energy. We're all energy. Think about it like that. And know that when you are fulfilled, when you are taken care of, when you are taking care of yourself, then that's when you can say, okay, now I can focus on, and maybe focus is not the right word, that is the word that I want to use really, but whatever social, issue that you would like to assist in or, address in whatever way you choose, now you can do that because you're in the right frame of mind. Now think about this. If you are not really satisfied with what's happening in your life, or you are trying to get you're getting your business off the ground, okay? You're taking inspired action to see this business in the physical. Can you really focus on that and focus on saving the world? I guess you could, because anything is possible, but just think about how split your energy would be. I guess this is the same concept as, that phrase that we hear when we say, you work on yourself first, then you can pull other people up if they want to come up. So it's kind of the same concept. So in the end, stop trying to save the world. Focus on you. Focus on your vision. Embrace it. Take your inspired action. Be fully expressed. That is how you affect or have positive change in your family, in your neighborhood, in the world. All right, so that's it. Again, thank you to my new subscribers. I see you guys coming through. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments. Also, don't forget to, if you are new here and you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, okay? Hit the like button, hit the notification bell so that you are the first to know when I drop a new video. All right, you guys, until next time, cheers.